Welcome, viewers. Today we reveal the silent death of a massive, peaceful ancient metropolis. Scholars long believed Mohenjo-Daro was slaughtered by brutal Aryan invaders. Modern forensics expose a chilling truth: they were never struck by a single metal blade. No bloody war destroyed them. Instead, the earth shook, rivers vanished, and the climate slowly choked them. How did a brutal 12th-century drought erase them? Let us dig into the Indus Valley sands. Early 20th century archaeologists stood over the sprawling ruins of this lost city. Sir Mortimer Wheeler gazed down at 40 contorted skeletons scattered across the brick streets. Looking at these twisted bones, he quickly formed a violent and highly controversial theory. He confidently declared that nomadic Aryan warriors had ruthlessly massacred the citizens. This bold claim painted a bloody picture of fierce horse-drawn chariots storming the peaceful town. According to this legend, invaders wielding heavy bronze swords butchered innocent men and women. The illusion of this horrific racial war became deeply embedded in modern history books. For decades, the world believed this great society was wiped out by a superior military force. The tragic bodies seemingly proved that the Harappans were helpless against superior foreign weapons. But was this truly the gruesome end of such a highly advanced and well-organized civilization? Why would an invading army leave wealthy cities entirely intact without looting their treasures? Have you ever blindly accepted a historical myth without checking the actual evidence? Share your thoughts in the comments below as we prepare to uncover the shocking forensic truth. According to modern reports, scientists finally reopened this mysterious cold case. High-tech laboratory tools replaced old assumptions, shedding new light on the dark, dusty bones. Forensic experts analyzed every single skull found in the ruins of Mohenjo-Daro. Their close examinations revealed an astonishing fact that completely shattered Wheeler's theory. There were absolutely no sword cuts, arrow marks, or combat trauma anywhere on these skeletons. If they were truly murdered by savage invaders, their bones would certainly show the brutal damage. Furthermore, these poor victims did not die simultaneously in a single massive bloody battle. They had perished gradually over many long years, falling in the streets and remaining unburied. So, what unseen terror caused these people to collapse and die in such agonizing, twisted pain? The answer lies in microscopic evidence pointing to devastating ancient epidemics. Outbreaks of deadly cholera and severe malaria relentlessly swept through the dense urban areas. Their magnificent brick drainage systems slowly became hopelessly clogged and filled with stagnant water. Stagnant pools bred billions of lethal mosquitoes, transforming the proud city into a nightmare. Weakened by continuous intense sickness, the emaciated citizens simply collapsed in the dust. The narrative of a warrior conquest was nothing more than a stubborn academic fantasy. Even a terrible plague could not permanently destroy an entire river civilization. To understand the ultimate collapse, we must look far beneath the massive Himalayan mountains. A monumental geological disaster was unfolding deep inside the Earth's restless crust. Diorama models reveal intense tectonic shifts happening during the Holocene epoch. Massive unseen tectonic fault lines began to fracture and brutally split the continental plates apart. Earthquakes violently shook the valleys, altering the geography of the ancient world. What happens when the very ground beneath your feet decides to ruthlessly rewrite your destiny? Would you have the strength to survive if your main source of drinking water simply vanished overnight? Share your survival strategies below as we witness the tragic death of the mighty Sarasvati. The mighty Sarasvati River was the vital agricultural lifeblood of many cities. Due to violent underground earthquakes, the Great Sulaj and Yamuna rivers suddenly changed their course. They diverted their precious waters far away, leaving the Sarasvati Channel completely starved and dry. Without its glacial water supply, the roaring river was reduced to a muddy creek. The magnificent Great Bath of Mohenjo-Daro, once filled with pristine water, lay horribly empty. Desperate citizens dug furiously into the hard clay, searching for the last drops of hidden moisture. Hundreds of engineered urban brick wells dried up, leaving their buckets painfully empty. The blazing sun baked the fertile alluvial soil until it cracked into thousands of barren, broken shards. Thirsty parents watched helplessly as their beautiful green wheat fields quickly withered into gray dust. Widespread panic slowly set in as the massive grain storage silos became critically bare and hollow. Even the wealthiest merchants could not buy a single cup of water with their beautifully carved stones. The sophisticated trade networks completely collapsed as boats lay stranded in the dry, cracked riverbeds. The once bustling river ports transformed into silent, ghostly ruins swallowed by the shifting desert sands. But the tectonic loss of the Sarasvati River was merely the first tragic blow from Mother Nature. According to geological records, a greater disaster was steadily approaching. Climatologists analyzed ancient stalagmites within remote, hidden limestone caves. These mineral formations effectively trapped chemical evidence of rainfall from thousands of years ago. Glacial ice cores confirmed the horrifying reality locked inside the silent cavern stones. Exactly 4,000 years ago, the global climate system suffered an extremely violent and rapid shift. The vital monsoon winds mysteriously weakened, severely reducing crucial seasonal rainfall. This was not just a brief, unfortunate drought. It was a devastating climatic curse that refused to end. The relentless dry spell ruthlessly scorched the vast Indian subcontinent for 2 agonizing centuries. 200 years of burning heat mercilessly shattered the foundations of this civilization. Faced with environmental doom, the starving Harappans made a profoundly difficult choice. They did not fight bloody wars over the dwindling resources like other empires might have done. Instead, they calmly packed their few remaining belongings into humble, weathered terracotta vessels. Fathers lifted exhausted children, while mothers carried precious seeds for a future harvest. A heart-wrenching silent migration began, leaving their spectacular homeland empty. Millions walked slowly eastward toward the lush, welcoming valleys of the distant Ganges River. As they abandoned the city, fine yellow desert sand relentlessly blew across the empty courtyards. The fierce desert winds buried their astonishing architecture under a thick blanket of dust. There were no chaotic scenes of battle, only the deafening silence of an abandoned world. The Harappans did not perish, they adapted and quietly blended into new communities. Their knowledge of engineering silently merged into the broader Indian culture. The story of Mohenjo-Daro is a profound and humbling lesson for modern humanity. We frequently obsess over the terrifying power of rival nations and their deadly weapons. Yet, the most formidable conqueror on this fragile earth is our very own changing climate. Even the most organized megacity can be utterly erased by a slight atmospheric shift. Today, as our global temperatures rapidly rise and severe droughts plague modern continents, the silent ruins of the ancient Indus Valley serve as a profoundly grim warning for us all. Nature does not require sharp bronze swords, fiery arrows, or charging chariots to defeat us. It only requires patience, turning off our water supply and watching our civilization crumble. The myth is debunked, replaced by the terrifying reality of ecological doom. Remember the Harappans, who walked away in peace when the unforgiving earth refused to sustain them. Their silent legacy echoes through time, urging us to respect the immense power of our fragile planet. Nature destroyed this peaceful society, but in the Middle East, a brutal empire thrived. They lived to conquer, led by the legendary immortal army. Who were they? Tell us below. If you love history, please like, share, and subscribe for more epic historical mysteries.